And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Emergence Day Season 2, Week 5. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Ryan, a.k.a. Ryan Foles. And finals, the final map, at least, of finals is going to be coming underway right now. It's going to be Exhibit between NRG and Fire and Ice. Your prediction?
I got to go with the boys on NRG. You know, I love the King. The King's a good buddy of mine. But I have to go with the boys on NRG. I feel like they've been there before. I think this could be the end of the F&I run. I got a lot of love for those guys. But I'm a betting man, as you know. I'm putting my money on NRG.
All right, NRG is solid, I got to say. But Fire and Ice, they have been playing well. And they could, in fact, surprise us. Curious to see, right? Off the start, Mental did, in fact, get dropped. As the battle will ensue, Fire and Ice will be in control of B and C. As this left side fight is always fun to watch. And Exploits will, in fact, hit a nice shot onto Praise, who goes in and rotates into Bravo. He'll get the neutralization as NRG on all three hills out of absolute left field. But a little bit too late as three players for NRG will drop. Praise and Summons now staying up, trying to regain control here, just stay alive as much as they can, but they're doing a great job as Summons will take out Crystallize and Be God.
Big play coming in from Summons when it matters most. Of course, these are the long spawns, and he's continuing forward. He's not stopping. Those are the plays in those long spawn round, Taylor, where you can go from a round loss to getting your team back in the round, and maybe even a round win at this point, the way Summons is slaying out early. NRG now beginning to build a lead during a time where things were looking very dire early on.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that NRG started turning things around when three players were dead. It's all because of the back of Explosives, who's been playing so incredibly well. Currently on a 3-kill streak. This might be the end of it as he gets dropped down to all fours. Crystallize should get the finish. There it is. As Fire and Ice now trying to turn things back in their favor and regain control like they had earlier in the round. And with them locking down B, that's great, but NRG makes a heads-up play, rotating through and cop on to C. Will it be enough, though? You see those arrows are going to be fighting it out, and that's going to be onto the man of Solars, who's trying to keep him at bay. Unfortunately, he gets dropped. And that's going to be Praise now, trying to pick up where Solars left off. One after another, Fire and Ice continues to push through. And B-God finally will put Praise on the back pedal. But Praise still up, though. Still an opportunity for him to make some magic happen. Fire and Ice in control.
You see Explosive get into that hill right before F&I can take the time lead. And that full cavity, he's going to get drilled from up top. Troche going to try and go down and get the kill finish. Crystallize, picking up Summons. Going to be a big play if he can manage to get Explosive without a kill, and they end up doing that. Good job, at least for now, by F&I, but it is Solars getting in there, getting a double kill. Both Troche and Crystallize are going to fall.
And a big battle ensuing onto Bravo.
Yeah, now you got to look at some of the spawns right now, right? Explosive and Summons. Summons spawns back in. Explosive deciding if he's going to spawn back in. Isn't in just yet. Deciding if he needs to, right? His team does have currently that 2-cap, and they're starting to slay out. Explosive does choose to get back in.
He got an
Might not
Exploit.
needed
Will
to,
get
though.
dropped.
Yeah,
he might not need to.
Well, he already did, but he's saying he might not have needed to. His team was already kind of in control. Let's see what Troche can do. He's going to make a huge play right now. He's had a little bit of help on the backside by Crystallize, but just not enough they can do. Fire and Ice. Last-ditch effort isn't successful. NRG strikes first on the tiebreaker map.
And these players are going back and forth, as a constant push and pull between them. But at the end, the result is going to be NRG after a long, fought-out first round. And at one point, remember, NRG was brought down to just 2 players. And I believe it was Summons who ended up going off and keeping the team alive.
Yeah, Summons went huge in the beginning of that round.
And that was massive. Because I believe he ended up picking up, 2 players, but good stuff from him. You guys do see down there, we did in fact create a new VOD channel, guys, UMG Gaming VODs. Make sure to check them out on YouTube, !VODs in chat to get more information. But all the VODs from this match as well as previous Emergence days or any of our broadcasts that we did, 95 broadcasts that we did in 2019 are in fact going to be uploaded onto that channel. Go check it out. Make sure you guys hit that sub button. Some great content on there, especially if you're doing some research for future majors or 2Ks or anything that is to come.
Yeah, definitely. Those VODs can be definitely sometimes
100%.
a lot more valuable than just scrim footage, right? When there's money on the line, when you're in an actual tournament, kind of situation, that's where you start to see if those strats work, right? What are we doing wrong when things matter most? So if you're pro coach, up and coming coach, I mean, whoever you are, there's a reason to be looking out for those VODs. Hit that sub button.
I agree. Yeah, hit that sub button, guys. Get involved, and also hit that follow button here on the Twitch because we keep the action going. Fire and Ice once again off to a great initial, and they had this in the first round. Let's see if they can just maintain it this time. Those Solars doing some great Lancer shots from the back. Exploits will be pushing for it along with B-God. Luckily, though, NRG will help them out. There's going to be another player just behind them. And for the time being, we're going to be at a little bit of a standstill as Fire and Ice will take over the lead, though. You do see Minto is going to be hopping onto Bravo. Exploits, though, going to silence him, joined by Choche. And Explosives will back up.
This is an interesting opportunity right now coming in for Fire and Ice. Look at the respawns. Mental's down to 1, Explosive down to 1, Summon's down to 1. A couple guys on Fire and Ice heading that direction too, but if you're Fire and Ice, it's a good opportunity for you to kind of get ahead in respawn economy early. Obviously, they still have a slight lead.
Look at this movement.
It looks like NRG is just running them over mid-map. Now Solar's going to hop on B. Now they're trying to kind of eat away at the Fire and Ice respawn economy. It's going to put Exploits and Choche down to 1.
That was hugely impressive and scary watching NRG work as a 3-man unit, as just how crisp and clear their movements were to run through 2 players from Fire and Ice. If they continue that, Fire and Ice is going to have a huge time trying to take over that lead.
That's going to put Choche on 0 respawns.
That's tough.
He chooses to go back in. Yeah. Choche might want to think about not getting back in there just yet. You see Explosive on the backside. Currently, though, 2v2 situation on the map. Big play coming from
Choche does spawn in.
See, I don't know if I agree with that. You're at the 200-point mark.
And Exploits as well. Does he spawn in?
He's choosing not to, at least for now. We can see Mental off spawn as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's
Exploit spawns in.
Right now.
Exploit spawns in. So does Choche. So they're both going to be on their final life, at least as of currently. This is only the second round.
That's why it's those high-risk, high-reward situations now.
Well, Mental spawns in too, yeah.
They don't win. They don't win on just 2 hills at this point. So Fire and Ice needs to extend all the way over to C. Meanwhile, NRG's going to essentially use their resources just to protect it.
Well, Choche is going to drop, so he's out. Exploits is going to drop as well. Current's going to be a 5v3, and that's going to be all she wrote as Mental finishes them off. NRG 2-0.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I agree with that. I think at that point I probably would have cut my losses, saved my respawns, because now if you're Fire and Ice, you're basically sitting instantly with 2 members on 1.
Yeah.
One of them being Exploits has been a key part of a lot of their team fights throughout the entire tournament.
Just slaying out in general.
So to put him on kind of thin ice like that, putting Choche on thin ice for the next 2 rounds, that's like I said, it's one of those things where if you're going to put those spawns in, you got to really have a definitive plan. And you got to have a good situation there for you to throw that spawn away. And to me, they were down a bunch. It was past the 200-point mark. Just not something I agree with.
And it's going to be tough, right? Because there's still 2 more rounds, at least for the first half.
Yep.
NRG could be going in the second half with a 4-0 lead if they play this properly. All eyes are going to be on Exploits as well as Choche to see if they drop off the start. Mental, he's going to be down to 1 life himself. But, hey, you know, if Fire and Ice starts heating up a little bit, NRG, they could be low on their respawn economy as well. So something to definitely think about as Raver starts us off on a Mental. So if Mental can get finished here, that's going to be a big start for Fire and Ice.
Here comes Summons getting the party started early again. Has played so well on this tiebreaker map. Quickly getting control of B. By the way, one of those kills was on the Exploit, so he's going to instantly be on thin ice.
Jeez. That's tough. And they didn't get that finish on Mental either, so that's a big break for NRG getting that pickup.
Raver died by the lasers. Yeah, this is not looking good for Fire and Ice right now. Choche's down. It's going to put both him and Exploits on their last respawn.
Ooh. What a roll for B-God. That is not what he planned. And he'll be brought down to just 1 out of 4 as well. And Exploits, he's in a tough position. You saw him losing a lot of health. Luckily, he does stay up as he finishes off Solars, so that's going to be a big kill. Mental finally is going to be dropped, but he hasn't been finished as of yet. But there it is. Finally, he's going to be on his last life. So, you know, kind of makes it a little bit more even, but still a lot of potential here for NRG. But believe it or not, Fire and Ice, though, still very much so in this. If they can maybe take out Solars, take out Explosives, that could be huge couple of kills for them. As BGod, he's going to drop. He's going to be on his last life. Exploits continues to stay alive. And this could be big.
Choche's still alive. It's not going to put Mental and Explosive if he spawns back in on his last life.
It's going to be a really interesting third round.
Now this next team fight is going to kind of be the telling tale, I think. Oh, actually, Mental's out completely. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a permanent 5v4.
So that was very recent. Explosives, look, he's down to 4%.
Oh, if Raver gets that kill, that changes so much of this round. Explosive.
That brings down to what, 5v3 the entire time?
Yeah, we got to stick on Explosive right now. We got to see what he chooses to do. His teammates trying to get hit. He's been tagged. It's a nice shot on the Choche. It's the finish.
Oh.
Crystallize has a chance to make a huge play.
That's huge.
Explosive goes down.
Summons picks
There's
him up.
the revive. You have to literally just focus the one player on 0 respawns. They do. It's going to pull both Season 1 MVP and the Season 2 MVP of Gears 4 Esports out of this round.
Mental, Explosives out. Summons is about to be on his last life. You have Exploits. You have Choche who are out right now, too.
Permanent 3v3 right now.
It's a permanent 3v3.
Both Solars and Summons on their last life. Raver's got one, Crystallize has one, BGod on his last life.
He's on his last life. This is absolute insanity.
Fire
Fire and Ice is leading, though, but...
Yeah, and they have the objective lead as well. So you're going to see Solars playing that C hill. He's going to be dropped. They do get on that B hill, but as long as Fire and Ice can hold down the home, they should be okay.
Yep, so now Praise and Summons are going to be up. Summons brought down low. The drop comes through. He's now out. It's up Praise versus the world, and Fire and Ice manages to finish him off, and that's going to be it. So what started off rough for NRG ended up great for Fire and Ice.
Well, I was going to say, Fire and Ice started down that round, started that round down quite a bit in respawn economy. By the end of that round, now, if you look at it right now, there's 4 members of NRG on 1. Praise has 3. 3 members of Fire and Ice down to 1 with a couple on 2. So, again, both teams are definitely hurt pretty bad right now, but you got to be kind of favoring Fire and Ice as they have the 2 players who kind of have those 2 respawns.
That's right.
So now if you're Fire and Ice, this is a great opportunity to equalize this first half and do not let it get away from you.
This is definitely getting tense. Last round of the first half, and respawn economy has tanked for both sides. This is a great opportunity, though, for Fire and Ice to take advantage of. If they can win this, they'll tie it up going into the second half, and that is absolutely massive, given the fact that NRG is definitely favored here on Exhibit. This battle for Bravo is going to be absolutely massive. And those utility items are going to be absolutely critical. Everybody playing very cautious. Nobody wanting to throw their life away unnecessarily, and for great reason. Shots are going to be fired for the Lancers, but no real danger as of yet. And that first push is going to be a deadly one. You're seeing players stacking up on that bottom side of the mini-map. And first one's going to happen. Crystallize going on to Praise. He'll back up. Praise does get tagged up a little bit. Crystallize backs up himself. But Mental finally is going to be able to get the knock onto Crystallize. He can't push forward, though. The instants are going to be just laid out. Crystallize will get picked up, so it's a big push and pull between these two, but who's going to draw first blood?
Yeah, and Praise keep in mind is the one member who has the most respawns, and he can kind of be that tip of the spear for now. Has a lot more room to respawn back in. Choche gonna get that kill onto him. Summons, BGod, both going to be spawning back up with their lives in the line.
That's tough, right?
A tie game.
There's another one.
Exploits, he's going to be dropped too.
He's going to be on his last life on his respawn too. So this is where things start getting interesting. Summons, he's been dropped.
That'll take him out all the way if they get the full kill. They need that kill.
Oh, it doesn't happen.
Comes in.
That's tough,
Good
Ryan.
Clutch plays by NRG, making sure they keep him in the game. He's been making massive plays on this map so far.
Currently, NRG does have the lead in terms of respawn economy. Fire and Ice could be in a lot of trouble here, especially if BGod and Exploits go down. They've got to play their lives accordingly. And Choche will get dropped.
Things looking good for NRG right now. He's continuing to light up the kill feed now. Their players with low respawns can move up. Now they can get a little more confident.
Summons and Exploits.
Both players, life on the line.
This is intense.
And Exploits just books it. I think he knows that Praise is waiting for him. No, Praise actually rotated up top.
Wow.
Exploits goes down. No. That'll take him out completely.
Yep.
They get him.
That's huge, right?
That's got to be the round.
That's
for
2
NRG,
players, yeah. Choche He's going to be brought down relatively soon. You got to be thinking. V-God as well. Everybody playing with percentages, exploits. Summons has done a great job maintaining his life while still applying pressure to Fire and Ice.
Well, they're not out of this just yet. I mean, they're going to be sitting basically at a 4-on-5. But at any point, if they can get Solar's explosive or summons down, it could be equalized. Of course, NRG currently holding that lead as well towards the 200 mark. Crystallize goes down. That might just be it for this round.
Oh, no, he gets picked back up
by a fireball.
Oh, he's out.
Mental does one respawn again, so NRG's doing a good job of kind of putting the players in the front line that have the respawn to give.
Summons is gone. V-God capitalizes in that moment. A big win, right? Because they were both on their last life. V-God now raised up ahead. He's going to take him out. That brings him down to his last life.
Look at someone from NRG. I believe that's Explosive. Has made their way over to the F&I home hill. F&I did not see that coming whatsoever, and now they're forced to turn around. Nothing they can do. A bloody, bloody round on both sides, but in the end, it is NRG takes the definitive lead now on the first half, 3-1. Fire and Ice had a chance to bring that back, but in the end, like I said, Explosive made a huge, huge play, hitting that home hill, securing that round for his team.
Such a close round, too. You know, with, of course, the new patch coming through and how quick the gameplay is, you're seeing lives drop off so incredibly quickly, and that really puts a hurting on the respawn economy at certain points in time. And at that point, you know, the Fire and Ice and NRG on that last round was just a great round of just push and pull, players going back and forth, and now with everybody back up, feeling confident, all at 4 lives apiece, or 5 lives relatively. Curious to see how it's going to play out. And you do see NRG starting off strong. Crystallize and Raver will get dropped. And another one to follow as well. So that's going to be 3 players down on the side of Fire and Ice. Now make that 4. Exploits last alive.
Yeah, big play coming in. Exploits has to basically be impossible right now. These are long spawns. He's not going to have help as fast as he would like it. NRG making him pay on that final hill. Explosive getting that final kill. I don't think Crystallize can even get the touch in time. Can he? He does. Not before getting chunked, though.
V-God, they just keep coming.
They keep making it in. To their credits, long spawns are still making it in. And there's the full heal that time. That's going to do it now. NRG find themselves map point, match point, tournament point.
This is big, right? Big for NRG. Got a little bit crazy, but they maintain the composure. They stay alive. Summon's having a great game. 26 total elims for himself. And he's been the main catalyst and putting the main hurt on the respawn economy of Fire and Ice. Now NRG in the driver's seat very much so. Fire and Ice back against the wall. And I'm curious to see what their weapon placement's going to be. What can it be, right? Looks as if they're just going to do the utility in the back. That's pretty much their only option. No, Boltox will come out. So, hey, we'll see if that's going to make a difference. But regardless, though, an uphill battle, a long hill to climb for Fire and Ice. This is the time to get it started, or else NRG will, in fact, tie reciprocity up whenever it comes to Emergence days with 2 total victories. And the next week is going to be that much more interesting. Crystallize, Boltok in hand, and a great line of sight. Unfortunately, missing explosives. He'll go ahead and hop down on the Bravo.
See Mental getting that flash in, popping over. V-God trying to come to the rescue. Numbers of Fire and Ice go down. Mental in the process also drop, but numbers currently favoring NRG. Ray's not going to be able to get revived. 3v2 situation in favor of the COG team. You're going to see them start now to hop onto the E-Hill. Explosive was like wall bouncing while shooting or something. The Lancer. So now NRG's going to start to build that little bit of a lead. That shot coming in by Explosive.
Nice
up on that player. Watching over the hill. There's a little angle you can get that full chunk in.
Yeah, clearly, and he made it happen. Lessons learned. Choche knows he has to get aggressive. He'll push NRG back, but not going to happen as Choche will get dropped. Pickup will happen. V-God's going to get dropped himself. That's another 2 down as NRG continues to slay Fire and Ice out, but you do see F is going to be neutralized as NRG has to rotate back potentially. There's only going to be 1 player from Fire is going to be over there, and that's going to be the man of Raver. And he should be fighting Solars. Some nice kills coming through. As NRG, 3 players will get dropped. Solars and Explosive, the one's up.
When Explosive gets that very, very last bullet onto Raver, it's going to secure that down. Again, NRG still with the lead. The Fire and Ice not down by too much, right? Getting a hold of that 2 cap should bring it back fairly soon, but that's assuming, of course, that NRG does not come back and fight for that neutral hill as they always seem to do.
Here we go, Mental able to take out B-God. That lead growing though for Fire and Ice as they want to take over control, and that's going to be it right there for the first time in a while. Still though, major battle. Solars though, a great melee onto Raver. Focuses attention now onto Crystallize, who will capitalize in that very moment and drop 3 players from NRG. Praise brought down pretty weak to himself as Choche finally able to get it. That's going to be the full finish. Fire and Ice looking very, very well as they are turning things around, and not a moment too soon. They want to bring it 4-2 and get ever so close to tying it up at 4-4. Still a long way to go, but this is a great start. Utilities are going to be grabbed. See the incense being thrown out, and B-God will connect onto summons.
Okay, so the time just now being shifted into Fire and Ice's favor. They've held that 2-cap. And the respawn economy about even right now. Fire and Ice looking to get some key kills against the Mental, trying to hold off Choche, finishing off with that kill. Break does come in. It is still a Fire and Ice lead. If they can kind of keep the fight contained over towards the middle side of the map, that will be the round for them. Last thing they want is NRG running over towards their home hill.
Couple players though aren't going to be on their last life. That's Exploits as well as B-God. Something to think about going into the next round, as Fire and Ice should be able to take this. All they got to do is lock D down, and
no one's in position to get there.
Yeah,
so
no one's going to be there.
All right, Fire and Ice continues to fight. Still a little bit of a ways to go. They find themselves at 4-2.
But B-God though and Crystallize are going to be very low in overall respawns. That's something to worry about, especially as this continues on. 31 elims, 33 for summons. NRG has really started to heat it up as the rounds have continued on. So I think ultimately this next round, Fire and Ice has to come out the gate guns blazing. They really need to stop NRG and start slaying out. That is going to be extremely critical for them to do so, to try and bring respawn economy basically even between the two. So this next breakout is going to be critical. Let's see how it's going to work out, as the start will inevitably happen. And the battle for mid control is going to be dominant. Immediately, though, Praise pushes straight in. As the Boltox, going to be some nice shots on the B-God. That's going to keep his head down for the time being, and maybe an opportunity for NRG to push forward. B-God will connect, it seems, onto one player from NRG. That's going to be Mental. Explosives, great shots. Hit the Boltox in the back. And Exploits forced to keep his head down.
Catch nowhere he can go.
It just hits so hard, like you said, Praise. He wants to push up onto B-God so badly.
And look, yeah, it's going to put Exploits on his last life. Looking good right now for FNI. You can see NRG advancing forward, not getting super aggressive, right? Kind of just heading towards kind of their 75-yard line, as we like to call it. Praise going to dodge that stun.
It's going to be tough.
B-God, yeah, they're just building a lead.
And B-God at this point, right, I mean, he's got to be thinking, all right, I'm on my potential second life, right, before, if I go down, I'll be on my last, and yeah, not a lot you can do there. That's a big two-piece with the Ensign. So now you have Exploits, right, last life. B-God's going to be on his last life. Raver's getting close.
Every which way you look, NRG, they're slaying no matter what lane you hit towards the middle map. Everywhere they go, Explosive got the Boltok, had the Incense, putting them both to use so well. You said Exploits on his last life,
yeah.
B-God on his last life, Choche, Raver both on one. Gonna need some sort of dominant wipe right now coming in from Fire and Ice to keep them in this. Otherwise, like I said, when you're down a respawn economy like that, especially against a team like NRG, they will just grind you down.
Yeah. Kill
by kill.
And you know, Fire and Ice has nothing to lose at this point. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to slay out. They know they're losing in points. They've got to get desperate. Unfortunately, what that desperation push means, maybe you make a couple of mistakes, and Solars and Explosives will capitalize in that very moment. You see, unfortunately, Exploits will get dropped. He is now out. Choche on his last life. B-God as well. Raver on his last life. Regardless, though, you hear the dongs. 232 and counting. NRG should be able to cap this out as F has been neutralized just about. And 250 mark is coming up quick, and there it is. NRG is in fact going to take Week 5 of Emergence Day Season 2. Phenomenal work from them. That puts them tied up in the overall victories, the overall championships with reciprocity, with 2 in total. And NRG, for their 4th time in the finals, has managed to at least come through with a victory. Great stuff from them. More importantly, though, a great showing from Fire and Ice to work their way through the bracket as good as they did, and to really show the LATAM scene, hey, they're still very much so in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to NRG for taking it. Of course, great showing by Fire and Ice as well, taking out 2 very, very tough teams along the way. Looking forward to seeing how this new team kind of starts to progress with this newly formed lineup. But like you mentioned, it was NRG who did come out on top. All 3 maps going to 5-2. First one was, in fact, District in favor of Fire and Ice. NRG answers back on Vascar with a scoreline of 5-2, and as you saw, just finish it off on Exhibit with another score of 5-2. So 2 pretty dominant maps, 3 really dominant maps from all angles, and still a pretty good grand finals. I think that some of these maps were closer than that scoreline says.